Hello and welcome to Mystical Adventures. My name is Vivian. I'm so delighted you've joined me tonight or this morning or whenever you're tuning in. Welcome. So happy fall equinox if you're in the northern hemisphere, and happy spring equinox if you're in the southern. My heart goes out to everyone affected by the wildfires in California. Oh boy, it's a very different year. It's a very different change of seasons, isn't it? Here in New England, the leaves have started to change, and it's starting to look like fall. It's my favorite season. Do you have a favorite season? Do you celebrate the changes in seasons? I actually find that connecting with the cycles in nature is something really grounding to me right now and comforting. And it's a way to connect with the web of life, the collective energy, in a really positive way. Right now, there's a lot of challenging energy in the collective, and I feel nature provides one opportunity to connect, but connect with the collective in a really beautiful, positive, grounding, natural way. So I thought I'd start by sharing the angel card I pulled. It is the Angel of Peace from this deck by Kim Maroney, and the angel is called Kailere. I may be butchering that. But boy, do we need an angel of peace right now. And I feel like, the message that's coming through is to take care of ourselves, take care of each other, and to create more peace by focusing on peace where we find it. There is a lot of change and stress happening right now. The global pandemic is continuing to go on its cycle. Here in the United States, we have our presidential election coming up, and there's a lot of division, not just politically among parties, but among families, among friends, regarding this political election. And there are just quite a few different opinions being dispersed in social media and the news, and just, between friends and neighbors and family members. And, I'm very sensitive, tuning into all of this collective chaos and confusion and anxiety and fear. So we really appreciate the Angel of Peace tonight, don't we? And I wanted to talk about tonight what we can do to best handle all of this chaos and all of this mass fear. Connecting with nature is, of course, one way, but I wanted to share with you tonight some tips for connecting with your own inner guidance system through the mystical world of dreams. Dreams provide a beautiful way for you to bypass the chaos around you, the chaos of the collective, avoid getting swept up in the mass fear and other people's thoughts and ideas, and maybe even people or groups that are pushy. And so sometimes it's hard to hear our own thoughts. Dreams provide a beautiful way for us to tune into our own inner guidance system, our own emotions, our own intuition, our own inner wisdom and higher consciousness. And so what I wanted to share tonight was some tips for beginning to work with dreams. And it looks like I have a caller, but I'm going to be probably talking for the next 15 minutes, Dave, and I look forward to the caller in a few minutes. Thank you. So there's research on dreams, amazingly, not just by fabulous, New Age and metaphysical people doing their own type of research, which is very valuable, but people in the academic community and scientific community are doing more and more research on dreams. And there's actually some studies at Berkeley College. Did you know that sleep deprivation is linked to and sleep deprivation as well as dream deprivation is linked to heart disease, obesity, Alzheimer's, dementia, depression, and other mental disorders? It's true. Not getting enough sleep is actually correlated with all these things. So it's pretty important to get enough sleep. And it's pretty important for our brain, our psyche, our mind, body, spirit to engage in the dream process. It's part of how we maintain our physical, mental, spiritual health. So some of these really interesting studies at Berkeley show that sleep actually helps us to learn information better. We learn skills better and quicker when we sleep on it, when we get enough sleep, and we also retain our memories better. It also shows that dreams help us to, and this is nothing new, you probably knew this, but they help us to process emotional experiences. They help us to reduce the intensity of emotional experiences and help us to cope. They increase our creativity, they increase our problem-solving ability, and they increase our intuitive problem-solving ability. So if you have a problem and there's all these different pieces to the problem, all these different pieces to the puzzle, if you sleep on it, you're actually a lot more likely to intuitively know the answer to this problem. So this research said. So I love sharing this research because I think it can be helpful to our analytical mind to, I'm just hearing a little bit of feedback, but Dave would have told me if he's hearing anything, if he heard anything. So I'm just going to continue. So I really like the research piece because it gives our analytical mind something to hold on to. Because sometimes what can get in the way of connecting with our inner wisdom, dreams, intuition is our critical, analytical, egoic mind, right? Who wants to hop in and tell us why this is not legitimate. The truth is we live in a world and a time in which dreams in general are not valued, and this can be a contextual problem, a contextual obstacle for connecting with our dreams and appreciating our dreams. So sometimes it's helpful to, find some research to throw the dog of your ego, if we're using the metaphor of a dog, a bone, and to help it realize that dreams and sleep are really important and can really help you in some practical ways. But you probably know that dreams, or hopefully you do, but I want to affirm right here and now that it is my belief and experience, not only my own, but working with many clients over the years, that dreams are very powerful for helping you connect with your inner guidance system, for helping you to navigate problems, connect with your intuition, to get guidance and answers, and increase your creativity and have beautiful spiritual expansive experiences as well. So I'm going to go over some tips for beginning to work with dreams, specifically recalling dreams. Because I have a lot of clients who come to me and they say, Anne, I would love to do all these things with my dreams, but I can't remember them. I don't remember them. Well, you do probably remember them, unless you have a brain injury or you're on some heavy medication or some heavy drugs. You dream from 4 to 6 times per night, and it's just part of how our brain is really designed. So the problem is remembering them. So here are some tips. If you do remember your dreams, these can help you remember more of them. If you don't remember them at all, try some of these and it can help you to start to remember them. So tip number 1 for dream recall. Number 1, assess your beliefs about dreams and your ability to work with them. Do you think you can actually work with your dreams? If not, you're programming your mind not to remember them. Affirm that you can remember your dreams. It's possible. Do you believe in the validity and the power of dreams, that they're worth something? Reflect on what you really believe about dreams, and if you find that you might have some differing beliefs and some unhelpful ones, affirmations can be really helpful. And I know a lot of people think affirmations are, just fluffy and don't do anything, and they're just kind of, Pollyanna positive thinking that has no grounding or practical application. But affirmations really can be incredibly powerful. They work really, there's a few tricks to using affirmations, and they work a lot better if you connect the affirmation with an emotion, and if you put yourself in a relaxed state while you're stating the affirmation. Also, if you choose an affirmation that is not too far-fetched for your mind to believe. So I suggest use some affirmations, something like, I joyfully remember my dreams. Visualize yourself remembering your dreams in the morning. And as you get into your bed, as you're about to fall asleep, visualize yourself recalling your dreams in the morning, and imagine how it will feel. This is programming your mind to work with you to remember your dreams. Even if you wake up and you don't remember anything, don't give up, try it again. And remember to review your successes. The second tip for dream recall, your bedtime routine. Are you exposing yourself to a lot of stimulation and excitement before you go to bed? This can actually prevent you from sleeping well, but it also can prevent you from engaging with your dreams and remembering your dreams. So try and have some sort of relaxing bedtime ritual to let go of worries. I highly recommend journaling. Try and have some sort of routine that helps you let go of the anxieties of the day and to transition from active to reflective and relaxation. It might be a cup of tea, it might be listening to some music. And this can help program your mind to slow down and to program your psyche to begin to switch to a reflective state of being in which you're more receptive to the dreams. And you can carry this through the whole dream experience, your whole sleep experience. It's almost like you're about to enter a whole other world. And what do you want to bring into that world with you? If you're bringing in a very chaotic type of scattered consciousness, it's going to be harder in the morning to remember your dreams and get to that state of clarity. If you center yourself before you go to sleep, do something to process the day, then you're entering the sleep world, the dream world, with a centered consciousness. And that can be easier when you come out to bring that consciousness to help you remember those dreams. Tip number 3, remember to get enough sleep. You're not going to be able to remember your dreams very well if you don't have enough sleep and you're not entering the sleep cycle properly. Things like alcohol and marijuana. Marijuana actually shortens your REM cycle. That's the part of the dream cycle, rapid eye movement, in which you do most dreaming. And so those substances can affect your sleep cycle, not to mention other heavy prescription and recreational drugs. I highly suggest you don't stop taking your prescription drugs if you take them. And even if it affects your sleep cycle, if you're taking a prescription medication, you could usually work with it. You might have more dreams closer to when you are awake that you can work with and remember. But pay attention to what you're putting in your body. Pay attention to actually scheduling your routine so that you get a full night's sleep. And also relaxing your body can be really helpful. Tip number 4. This is my favorite tip. Dream journal. Incidentally, I think tip number 1, your beliefs are the most important, most effective, most powerful of all of these 5 tips. But tip number 4, dream journal, is my favorite tip. I love dream journals. I love keeping a dream journal. I love looking back in my dreams. It is a huge part of my spiritual journey and creativity and how I understand the meaning of my dreams. And I use my dreams to connect with my intuition and help me make decisions and navigate through this life. So keep a dream journal. There's a lot of different kinds of dream journals. You can keep one on your phone. You can keep, a written one. You can do text to audio to text, or just keep an audio file. But whatever you do, keeping a dream journal is creating a circuit with your unconscious mind and your body. So you physically are writing something or typing something or speaking something into your device. And this makes a statement to your unconscious mind. And that's really the part of your mind you want to work with here to cooperate with you. And it's saying to your mind, this is important. And it's beginning to set up that wiring in your brain to connect with your dream, to realize that you're really taking it seriously. And I suggest if you use a dream journal, even if you don't get anything in the morning, just write down how you feel. Even if you just got like a little detail, write it down. And the next day, keep writing, keep doing it over and over again. This helps you to get, establish that routine. And like I said, really establish that circuitry in your brain and your psyche. Tip number 5, honor what you get. If you dismiss your dreams and say, oh my gosh, it was so crazy and stupid, and my dreams are just so, oh my gosh, and they're just crazy and stupid. Well, the part of you that is producing the dreams hears that. So honor your dreams. They're gifts. And if you speak to your dream self, if you speak of your dreams with honor and appreciation, you are going to receive that energy back from your dreams. So speak of your dreams with honor, even if you don't understand them. And I know sometimes we have really crazy dreams that we don't understand, or even scary ones, but if we can refer to them and think about them with appreciation, then you're setting up more of a relationship with your dreams that's going to pay off as you begin to work with them. You can also bring your dream into the here and now, into this present day waking life. And this is another way to honor your dreams and connect with them. You can bring them in by writing them in your journal, by telling them to someone, by making some art about them, dancing your dream, singing your dream, taking an action, from your dream. Maybe you dreamed about a feather and you go look for a feather today, or you draw a picture of a feather. So those are my tips on beginning dream. Those are my tips on dream recall, and it's a great way to begin to work with your dreams. Try them. I have so much fun with my dreams. I have found that these have been really effective with me and my clients. So I would love to hear about your experiences. If you try them, give me a message on Facebook, Creative Psyche Studio. All right, so I think it's time to shift gears. It's 8:48, and I believe my producer let me pull up my chat. I didn't quite catch. Jeannie in Florida, hello.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you doing tonight, Jeannie?
I'm hanging in there, honey.
Well, thank you so much for calling in. My name is Anne. How can I help you tonight, Jeannie?
Well, Anne, I just wondered if you had any insight from the other side for me.
Okay, yeah. So you want me to just kind of tune into your energies and tell you what I get?
That would be great. I'm just clueless here. Since the hurricane, it's just been a nightmare.
Yes, in Florida, right. Oh, my heart goes out to you. All right, let me tune in, Jeannie. Well, I'm getting the feeling as I tune into your energy that you have something that you want to do that you haven't been able to do, that you kind of put on the back burner. And it could be something to do with, I'm seeing like books and organized books, and it could be something to do with learning, or books or reading or organization or a project. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Okay. So I feel like, when I tune into your energy, Jeannie, I actually feel like you are very intuitive, is what I'm getting. You don't like for others to tell you what to do. And I feel like you have a very subtle energy that you can work on a problem. You can understand a problem in a very subtle, kind of under the radar way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so regarding what I see around you, if you put something to the side that you really want to work on, that you feel like it's not appropriate to work on right now, I feel like I feel there are people that can help you with this, and that, an important message is you're not alone, and that you do have angels and guardians on your side helping you. And it's almost like, I feel like Spirit is saying, it's like you want to establish something before you take on this project. But I feel Spirit is saying you might not need as much of a foundation as you think you need in order to do what you want to do. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Can I ask you what kind of, what are they referring to here with what you put on the back burner?
I shut my heart down.
Yeah.
And when I shut my heart down, everything shut down.
I see. Okay. Okay. So it's like multiple things are affected by how you shut your heart down.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I feel like I pulled some cards for you, and I feel like as I'm listening to the messages of the cards, it's like you have this very serious energy around you, and that you want to take things with such responsibility, which I think shows your integrity, Jeannie, and it shows that you are someone who really cares about how your actions affect others, and if you're doing things the quote the right way, doing things ethically, you don't want to leave someone behind. And I feel like sometimes, Jeannie, you might neglect your own power. I actually feel like you are a very, very spiritually powerful, intuitive person who has a lot of psychic power, and that you don't express that, if that makes sense, that you kind of hold that back. And there's a sense that, some of this is you don't want others to see you, you don't want others to see certain sides of you, because you're not sure how they would respond to these gifts that you're offering. But I feel like, you have so many gifts to offer the world, Jeannie, and the message is coming through is don't take no for an answer, that you really do have a lot to give. And I think you taking a step up and taking an action is really going to help you feel better, feel more in the flow, because you have some really great potential cards that came out here. So it's kind of like once you sort of move the obstacle to the side, the energy is really going to start flowing.
So if I could kill the fear.
Yeah, sometimes it's really about getting in touch with the fear and working with that fear. And sometimes, instead of trying to suppress the fear, kind of embracing it. Okay, fear, come here. Come sit next to me. What are you afraid of? What's really here? And sometimes when we can get to that root fear and really face it, we can kind of unpack it and challenge it. So the fear that people aren't going to get you, the fear that you'll be alone, the fear that what you have to offer is not worth something, being able to challenge that and come up with your evidence list to, does that make sense?
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of beautiful gifts? Yeah, go on, please.
I had a very strange thing happen to me a decade ago, and everyone thinks I'm crazy. And maybe I am.
What kind of strange thing?
Well, I was talking to people that wasn't there, and other people saw it and thought I was crazy. And one of my girlfriends did a ceremony to make them go away and leave me alone, and they went away and left me alone. But those people were extremely helpful when they told me what they told me, even though they weren't real. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, Jeannie. It does.
So I kind of shut my heart down. I shut my heart down and reopen it so that, because I think I need some professional help from the other side. Does that make sense?
It might be really helpful to see a spiritual practitioner. I think, we've got just 2 minutes left, but I just want to say really quickly, Jeannie, that makes so much sense with, what we were talking about your gifts, your spiritual gifts, your intuition that you're not using. And if I'm tuning into that, and these were really helpful spirits, I think that does not sound like a mental illness to me. A hallucination tends to be voices that are disturbing, that are not helpful, and I think it might be really helpful for you to connect with someone to help you unpack that, because I think once you do, you have such a gift to connect with the other side and this world. So I hope that was helpful. Janie, thank you so much for calling in. I'm going to wrap up.
Ann. I appreciate it.
Last things, Jeannie. We just have 30 seconds here. So thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. So honored you've connected with me tonight. Please follow me on my Facebook page and Instagram, Creative Psyche Studio. I'm at creativepsychestudio.com, and that's also the name of my YouTube channel. And I am looking forward to connecting with you next week. So until then, enjoy recalling your dreams, and leave me a message if you have any luck with it. Love and blessings.